Why are people worried about PFAS? A well-known story of PFAS contamination is covered in a movie starring Mark Ruffalo. Alas, PFAS is not the chemical that turned him into the Hulk. This is a true story that took place in Parkersburg, West Virginia. In the movie Dark Waters, Ruffalo portrays the environmental lawyer Robert Billot, who represented farmer Earl Tennant in his case against the DuPont Corporation. Earl's farm was downstream from Washington Works, a DuPont-owned factory that produced Teflon and had been leaching chemicals into the water and polluting the surrounding area. Earl documented the strange behavior of the water in the streams that his cows drank from and the suspicious deaths of many animals on his farm. He went to Billot to help him sue the company for damages. In the documents Billot acquired from Washington Works, he noted the repeated appearance of a chemical known as C8, often referred to as PFOA. More digging revealed that DuPont had already run tests exposing rats to C8. Those rats had profound liver abnormalities. DuPont had run a multitude of tests over the years that tied harmful health effects to PFAS chemicals and neglected to release those studies. Worse, they opted to keep producing C8 as developing a replacement did not appeal to the company from an economic standpoint. But from a public health standpoint, C8 and other PFAS are unappealing to say the least. To understand this phenomenon better, we spoke to Linda Birnbaum, a scientist emeritus and former director at the NIEHS and the National Toxicology Program. She is currently a scholar in residence at Duke University and is trained as a toxicologist, specializing in molecular biology and biochemistry.
But in the body, what we know is many of these PFAS are binding very tightly to proteins in the serum and in some of our organs, and that maintains them. So the PFAS, like PFOA and PFOS, for example, recirculate in the body. They get eliminated through the bile, and then they get picked up by the intestines, and they get to see you again and again and again.
These chemicals are absorbed into our bodies through food, water, or even air, and they are not easy to get rid of. Exposures of PFAS can vary depending on your environment, location, or even profession.
It's everywhere, in everything, and in all of us. I don't think that's a good thing, and it's never going to go away. Certainly not in our lifetimes. And, there's no easy way to get rid of any of this stuff.
In fish and wildlife, PFAS can contribute to negative impacts on immune systems, blood and liver functions, neurological damage, and fertility and developmental issues. In the environment, PFAS can reach groundwater and surface water, threatening vulnerable ecosystems and drinking water supplies. In soil, it can negatively impact the pH and structure, as well as harming bacterial communities that are crucial in maintaining healthy soil. Long-term exposure to PFAS is linked to numerous issues in humans, from problems with fertility and child development, to effects on the immune system making it harder to fight off illness.
PFAS affect your liver and your kidneys. They affect your cardiovascular system. Some of the effects on the cardiovascular system are related to the increased level of cholesterol, for example. We know that they're carcinogenic. I think the data is very clear that that's true for kidney cancer. There's also quite strong data for testicular cancer, and there's growing data for several other kinds of cancer.
Despite the harmful effects of PFAS, industries continue to manufacture and incorporate it in everyday products.
PFAS, as I said, are very useful, and they are making industry billions. And that makes it much harder to deal with.
While companies profit from their continued PFAS production, families across the country, like the Tennants in West Virginia, suffer the effects of their pollution. However, as we learn more about PFAS, we are better able to protect our communities and environment through collective action and educating ourselves.